Good evening, everybody. Really excited to see you here again. I just wanted to first thank you for those who have joined my Facebook group, Reflective Moment, in the last 2 days. The number is growing, and I really appreciate those. You share your thoughts and your comments with each other so that we can learn from you as well. Today, I'd like to look at a very common emotions that we have, which is anger. You know, I don't think lots of people like yourself to be angry, but we just cannot avoid to be angry sometimes. But how are you looking? How are you going to? How are you usually put it this way? Um, to look at your anger. Whether it's a big issue or it's not a big issue. How do you usually deal with it? The reason I look at this because think about this because I did have a situation lately that made me really really upset and angry. I felt kind of having a heart attack, during the moment, but then I calmed down and I asked myself what I actually angry with. Am I angry? Was I angry with my my I mean the person that make me upset, or was I angry about the situation, or actually I was angry with myself that I couldn't keep control of the situation. I lost my control, and then I felt that I failed. I'm not good enough, to be in control, like a superwoman in that situation. I find very often come to a conclusion. I felt that I was actually angry with myself because I lost control. But if we look at angry, very often we did feel we lost control whenever we come to be turn to be angry. We easily lost our control when we're in that particular emotion, and then we will say something or did something probably we will regret for the rest of our life. Say for example, say something really bad to your children, say something really unfair to your spouse and partner, that you cannot take you cannot take it back, because that's no second chance. Time could not really go back to where you were for you to do it again. No. So how are we going to what is your way? Maybe ask this question. What is your way to look into your anger? How do you usually um, deal with your anger emotion? I have to say though, when I ask that question, I'm not suggesting anyone to suppress the emotion of anger, because the more we suppress emotion, it would just make it worse. When you open your allow your emotion being exposed after a long term of being suppressing it, it will actually even worse. So I'm not suggesting you suppress your anger or emotion, but how do you usually deal with it when it comes, obviously affecting you, or obviously you lost control of it? One suggestion from myself, my own personal experience, is actually from what the Bible said in the book of James, chapter 1:19. I just wanted to share with you here um, as one of my tips to look at my own emotions and anger. The book of James, chapter 1:19 said, "My dear brothers and sisters, um, take notes of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, and then slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteous that God desires." I think this is actually a Bible verse, has lots of wisdoms and insight there. Like, well, to me, is like all other Bible verses, but this one, particular looking at angry, it says that we need to be quick to listen. Quick to listen is pay attention to the one talking to you, and slow to speak. Slow to speak, which is actually telling us, hey, don't be too reactive. Don't be too judgmental or don't be quick to make assumption. When you listen, after you listen, stay in it and think about it. Not too quick to speak, and not means not too quick to be reactive and make assumption and judgment. However, also slow to become angry. I think it's very, very logical and lots of wisdom to me, because when you listen, when you prepare your hearts to listen, then the chance for you to be very angry and reactive to people's situation is actually lowered down a lot. The chance for you to be reactive is actually cutting down. And if you prepare to listen and you're determined to listen and you're determined not to respond just like this, then you allow yourself to process what is actually happening, what is happening to people, what is happening to the people kind of making you angry. Then you respond to your emotion. And I have to say that in this process, when we say slow to anger, in fact, come to this point, you might not even have angry. Your anger feelings might be just very minimal, because you have listened, you have processed it, you have managed to step back and put a lot of thoughts on it. So all after this process, your anger won't be a reactive one. So when you're not reactive, your anger could be quite minimal, and you could be able to manage it. So I just wanted to share this with you. If you really affected by your own anger issue, or you have done something really really bad in the past because of your anger, and now you try to suppress it, but it doesn't really work for you, I would suggest you to look at this Bible verse again, the book of James, chapter 1:19. If you don't have a Bible, just Google it. It says that just give you a very simple process. Step back, listen, and then think about that, and then slow to anger. Before I finish this short clip, I just wanted to say the Bible never said that you should not be angry. This Bible verse said that slow to anger, because human anger is not going to do anything righteous. If you're driven by your own anger, that's no promise you that's not going to have good outcome. But if you follow this process and think about that anger emotion is going to be managed and give you more understanding of why this happened and what is the situation, and how you could actually look at it and deal with it in a better way. That that is actually a win-win situation, is not a lose-lose situation. So even though you express a little bit anger or frustration on a situation, you're able to talk about that with people, and you can find solution on that, so that benefits to each other is not hurting each other. So I hope this is some little tips for us, for our personal life. um, our life is actually quite busy, and anything can trigger anxiety and angry about ourselves. So I just really wanted to share this with you and be encouraged to each other. Okay, thank you. I'll see you later. Bye.